Thank you for watching this short video, and the theme is, are you a fair-weathered friend? How many times have we invested in friendship and then suddenly find that everything backfires on us, leaving us wounded, leaving us fractious, irritable, sad, despondent, especially if that friendship has been nurtured over a number of years. And some time ago I heard of an interesting story of how two women who grew up together, went to university together, worked in the same school as teachers together, and they with their partners and children went on holidays together. And this went on for about 25 years. And then suddenly there was a change of circumstance. One got promotion, in fact quite a good promotion at senior level. And over the coming months, apparently, there was a change in body language that ended up destroying that beautiful friendship of 25 years, where envy and jealousy, resentment destroyed not only their friendship, but the nucleus, the loving relationship, the seedbed from which came the partners, the children who grew up together, who played together, and suddenly you have two opposing camps. And I believe that these two beautiful women pass one another on a regular basis where they live, but there's a contempt in one, the one who is envious of the one who got promotion. Now, isn't that tragic? You would have thought that the person who got the promotion, that their friend would have been ecstatic for them. But I think this is true of you and me today. We meet people that come into our life for a reason, for a season, for a purpose. And true friendship is not a friendship that should be fair-weathered. Yes, it should be built on mutual trust. And if there are areas of disquiet, then true friendship demands that we sit, we look one another in the eye, and we say exactly how we're feeling and say, look, I have a problem here, and I want you to help me understand it. I want you to help me deal with it. I was reading this little book on Stillness Speaks, and this is what Eckhart Tolle says. When you receive whatever comes into the space of now as a noble guest, when you allow each person to be as they are, they begin to change. And that is so true. To know another human being in their essence, you don't really need to know anything about them. Their past, their history, their story. We confuse knowing about with a deeper knowing that is non-conceptual. Knowing about and knowing are totally different modalities, he says. One is concerned with form, the other with the formless. One operates through thought, the other through stillness. Knowing about is helpful for practical purposes, as you and I both know. On that level, we cannot do without it. When it is the predominant modality in relationships, however, it becomes very limiting, even destructive. Thoughts and concepts create an artificial barrier, don't they? And Eckhart says a separation between human beings, like happened to the two beautiful women who'd been childhood friends for 25 years. Your interactions are then not rooted in being, but become mind-based. Without the conceptual barriers, love is naturally present in all human interactions. And he says most human interactions are confined to the exchange of words, the realm of thought. It is essential to bring some stillness, particularly into close relationships. And he says no relationship can thrive without the sense of spaciousness that comes with stillness. Meditate or spend silent time in nature together. When going for a walk or sitting in the car or at home, become comfortable with being in stillness together. Stillness cannot and need not be created. Just be receptive to the stillness that is already there, but it is usually obscured by mental noise. If spacious stillness is missing, the relationship will be dominated by the mind and can easily be taken over by problems and conflict. If stillness is there, it can contain anything. So, a fair-weathered friend is not a friend to have in your life. There was an old saying growing up, I can count my friends on one hand. If you have friends on two hands, then you're running a risky business. On one hand, I could count 5 good friends, but within those 5 there was one exceptional friend, and that one exceptional friend died aged 42, 14 years ago, that left me totally paralyzed in my mind, in my body, and in my soul. And the one beautiful thing about that friendship was we were both monks together. We were never allowed to stay in the same house together until we began our nursing career in Manchester in 71, 72. But you know, we laughed together, we cried together, we joked together, we prayed together, but we never slept together. But there was a richness in that friendship, and that was not fair-weathered. And I know that my dear friend Brother Eddie came into my life for a purpose, and that was allow me to find me, and to allow me be comfortable in my skin as their friend, where I didn't have to pretend, where I didn't have to lie or cheat or deceive, where I didn't play mind games, but where I could be myself. That is not a fair-weather friend. That is a true friend. But then when they cross over, there's a sense of, there's a void, isn't there? And that void can be so easily filled. And I would imagine the same applies for someone in a loving relationship who've been married or courting for a number of years, and suddenly either the partner leaves them for a younger model or they die. The emptiness is so real, it can become a third person. So I think today we have to be very discerning before we engage on the mission of seeking a soulmate or a non-feathered friend. And for those of us on the spiritual path, it's good to bless that situation. But for me, I douse every situation using my little symbol around my neck. It's called the Teo symbol. I always ask, is this for my highest good or not? That I pursue this line of thinking. And if the answer is no, I don't go there. Because like you, I have had some friends that I allowed into my heart, and I allowed them hurt my heart. It wasn't me, it wasn't them, it was both of us. Maybe immaturity. So I feel today we have to be more discerning than ever. And then when we do meet a new friend, yes, you have to invest. Yes, you have to give of yourself. I'm one of these people, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You may have not heard that expression, but what you see is what you get. I'm honest, I'm truthful. If anything, sometimes I can be too truthful, and I can make a lot of enemies. But there's no point in mincing or hiding behind words. It's always best to be true to yourself first. And when you're true to yourself, honor your heart. And that sense of honor brings that inner peace, and it creates that comfort zone wherein God inspires us to become the beautiful person that God sees in us, and not the fractured, vulnerable person that the mind reminds us of. Bless you.